I've been tracking their shots on goal by period. And there was a time, man, they were getting 3 shots in a period regularly. Mm-hmm. But we go back. You mentioned they played well in Tampa. Now, they're not getting double digits a ton here, but at Tampa, first period 7, second period 13, third period 8. Panthers, they have double digits in 2 of the 3 periods. Sharks, now it's the Sharks, but double digits in all 3 periods. And then against the Sens, they go right back to doing what they're doing.
Yeah.
If we could just go, well, they're a bad team. That makes sense. They were a volume shooting team last year.
Yep.
I think 9th in shots per game, 2nd in shots against per game. Only Carolina allowed fewer shots per game than them. Where has the volume shooting gone? Like, why are they losing the territory battle so, like, being so dominated territorially?
Well, it seemed like they were fixing it.
Yeah.
It really did. It seemed like they were fixing it over the previous 3 games. Then they regressed back here. Now, if you're asking for a diagnosis, I mean, I gave you the diagnosis. Yeah. The diagnosis is they're playing too disconnected. Yeah. They're playing too stretched out. That's what's going on. Now, the question is, why do they keep doing that? I don't know.
When the coaching is telling, like the coach has said, we've heard it on the broadcast. John Tortorella is telling us. You've said in post games, John Tortorella telling us, we're not moving up the ice as a 5-man unit.
Yeah, they're not playing at 5s.
They were doing it.
Yeah, they were for 3 games.
It just went, and listen, San Jose, we can look at that game as not a real game.
Bad team. They played the night before. Fine.
Yeah.
Easy.
Now, the game...
Easy game. It was game on easy mode.
The game went a weird way when a team that was on the back-to-back erases the 3-goal. But you win it, and you dominated most of the game. Yeah. It was just a few bad minutes.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay. You kind of just erase San Jose. They're barely an NHL team. But Tampa and the Panthers?
Yeah, good teams.
They're good teams.
Good teams.
Tampa's not what they were, but they're still good. The Panthers might win the cup again.
Panthers are a great team.
Yeah, they're legitimately
Tampa's
great.
A playoff team. The Panthers are a cup contender.
Yes. It's weird to me that they're making strides, they're addressing issues, and then stuff goes sideways again.
And maybe we're a little spoiled by last year's team because last year's team, up until the final couple months of the year, was relatively consistent, at least from a process standpoint. They were consistently doing the right things. Now, whether that always ended up in wins, depended on goalie, depended on a lot of things. But from a process standpoint, they were usually out shooting the other teams. Maybe this year is just more of what happens when you have a young team. The Flyers are a young team. They're not young everywhere, but they're young in a lot of key spots. They have a lot of young guys in big roles on this team. Maybe this is just the normal for a team that is as young as the Flyers, one of the youngest teams in the league. So maybe it is that simple. One thing I do want to say, though, that I think absolutely played a role in why they've regressed tonight, though, I think the absence of Sean Couturier hurt them a lot. I do think that hurt them a lot because they're already weak down the middle. And really, since around game 5 of the season, Couturier has been playing really well. He's been their only clear-cut, above average center.
Yeah.
And having him, and I mentioned this on, I believe, the pregame show, his on-ice expected goals for percentage this season is 58%, which is crazy good. Anything over 55 is very good, and he's at 58, close to 60. He's been very good this year from a two-way play driving perspective. You lose him, and suddenly you don't have that line you can send over the ice to break a couple shifts in the row that are stuck in your own zone. Then 2 shifts turns into 6, and suddenly it's 8 minutes have passed, and you've barely had the puck.
And now you take a penalty.
Yeah. You didn't have Couturier. Now, I'm not saying Sean Couturier is the cure-all. He's not. He's not even the player he was 4 or 5 years ago. But he's still a play driver. He still can help you win shifts. And they didn't have a center tonight that could consistently win shifts against a Senators team that, is just okay. They're nothing special. I saw somebody in our chat saying the Flyers looked faster without Couturier tonight. Respectfully, sir, I don't know what game you were watching because they never had the puck.
When did
they did not look fast? They looked fast 3 times, which was the times that Anthony Richard had the puck and the goal that Konechny scored. Yeah. Other than that, I don't know. They didn't look fast even a little bit. They were walking around like they had anvils attached to their skates because they never had the puck. They were chasing because they often were coming up on 60-second shifts because they were chasing the play. Couturier's absence definitely hurts this team. Hurts them a lot.
Since you mentioned Coots and the lack of, I can't even call it center depth, just like centers in general. Because Coots misses the game with the lower body injury that seemed to have sprung up today, Morgan Frost, who was slated to miss the game, comes in and doesn't play a ton. 13:44 time on ice.
Yeah.
Only Farabee, Brink, and Richard played less.
Funny how Richard and Brink both get 2 points each, a goal and an assist, and they're down at the bottom of the time on ice charts.
Points per 60, man. Yeah. They're killing it. Morgan Frost is, I mean, anything can happen, but off to a bad start, and in my mind, not long for his Flyers career here. Like, it's just not going to work.
I'm not ready to say that. I know you are. I'm not ready to say that.
Did you see anything out of Morgan Frost tonight that makes you go, okay, maybe he draws in, say Coots is healthy on, when the hell do they play again? Saturday?
Saturday.
Say Coots is healthy, ready to go Saturday. You think Frost draws in?
I mean, based on what I saw tonight, no. I don't think he played well. I mean, he had one good pass. It was like a little like semi behind the back pass. It was a nice play. Beyond that, I barely noticed him. He had one attempt of a hip check, which like
he did go for it.
You know what? I appreciate the effort. I appreciate the the willingness to go for it. Also, Morgan Frost, you probably shouldn't be throwing hip checks. You're not very good at it. What I want to see from Morgan Frost is good plays with the puck. I want to see him setting up shots. I want to see him carrying the puck through the neutral zone with his speed. I saw very little of that tonight. So is it possible he plays on Saturday? Sure, it's possible he plays. Maybe Couturier is still out. Maybe they pull somebody else out of the lineup. But if you're talking about what I saw in this game, no, I saw a guy in this game who probably should still be in the press box based on his quality of play.
We all silly like the mayor.